Hey folks, we're back. Board Bob here. So this time around, we're gonna take care of a few smaller housekeeping items. We've been building, our major production stuff. Um, we have a few things that are small projects that we want to get to. So what I did is I got stuff together. I figured out where to put it, and we're gonna go ahead and work on those. So this first one we're going to do is repair kits because we're down to like one, I think. So for repair kits, we need greed circuits and we need iron gears. So I thought right up here in the corner, we've got this space here that is not being used because of where we put the red circuits, and right here where it turns the corner is a perfect place for that. So that was my thought process, is we would go ahead and set it up right here. Now, because of where it's located, we don't really need a whole lot. We can either do it there or there. I don't know, let's do it up here. What the heck. Alright, so we need that. We're going to need an inserter to take in the green, and we're going to need a long-handed inserter to take in the gears. And then we are going to need something to put it in. So let's put that down there, put that down there, and tell it we want repair packs, and then give it some power and let it go to town. Alright, so there's that, and that'll eventually fill up that chest and give us plenty. Eventually, where I've got all these chests, we're going to probably go through and put in logistics chests at some point. Right now we haven't built any. Obviously we could, but so we're just going to use that. It wouldn't do us any good anyway. We don't have robots yet. I mean, we've got the research, but we don't have them going. So the next one, let's come down here, and the next thing we are going to look at is power poles. Because right now we're handcrafting them. We don't need a whole ton of them. We just need enough. So in this box we have another box, some inserters, and some assemblers. Now I'm going to automate the larger poles. I'm not going to automate the small ones yet. If we get to a point where we really still need them later on, because we're planning on going to substations soon. But in the interim, we're going to want at least the large poles to be able to, for large traveling areas. But we want the medium poles. They work nice on our walls with our lasers. So for medium poles, we need steel plates and copper. For large poles, we need steel plates and copper. So once again, we got this convenient spot right here that I thought we would do this. So we'll go up one, over one, and plop it down. Up one, over one, and plop it down, and then gazinta, 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 and then we just need a gazouta. So gazouta, gazouta, and something to put them in. Now I'm not making a crap ton, so one of these wooden chests is going to be plenty. I don't foresee us needing too many more than that. So let's see if we can get this kind of lined up. No, not quite. We're gonna miss. Are we? Yeah, we're gonna miss. Either way we put this, we're gonna miss by one. Well, you know what? We can fix that. Let's do that. Let's fix that. Let's move this one over. It's my OCD kicks in, and I'm a little weird about having things centered. But in this case, I'm not going to be looking at that often, and I think I can live with it. So there's that. Now let's tell this one medium poles, and let's tell this one large poles, and there we go. Let them go to town. So what do we got next in store? Next in store, we got. Let me look at my list here. What I was going to do. Oh yeah. So in order to build engines, in order to build a few other things, we're going to need pipe. We're also going to need pipe to be able to run for our oil system and what have you. So let's. So I thought it would be time to automate pipe rather than again crafting it in hand. So we got the stuff for pipe. Let's go ahead and snag this up and get this set up. So what we're going to do is we are going to set it up so that we got, what do we got? Holy crap, 7 taking damage. We'll have to get down there and repair that wall soon. Which, good thing we've got repair kits being made, huh? Alright, so let's see. So now we got this. Alright, so we need for all of this, we are going to need iron plates is what we need for pipes. We need iron plates for pipes. We need iron plates and pipes for to ground pipes. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up in such a way that I can pick off of this, bring it over, and we will run a belt to feed all of this. So let's go here, and then we're going to run a belt downwards. We'll pick up what we need to. Alright, so that gives us that. So now we're going to want one for making pipes. One is probably going to be plenty for that. But then we're going to want pipes and to ground pipes and pipes to ground pipes. Now the reason I did this is because to ground pipes it needs 10 pipes and 5 iron plates, so we're going to need a lot of pipes to go in there at a time. So I figured I would go ahead and set it up to be fed from 2 sides with the pipes, and up here we're going to go with pipes. This will be our supply for our pipes, for just our pipes. It's going to be this one. These other ones are going to strictly supply straight pipe so that we can make bendy pipe, so we can make elbow macaroni. So that's going to go in there, that's going to go in there, that's going to go in there too, that's going to go in there, and then that there, whoops, there, and there, right? And then we just got to come out of them, and we're going to come out of this one, we're going to come out of this one, we're going to come out of this one, right? And for this one, this is going to go straight into that because that's going to be our supply for straight pipes. And then this is going to be our supply for curved pipes. Right there and right there. Now let's give these puppies power. You know what? Let's do it on that side. That covers all of them. Nice. And then, of course, that one doesn't, but we can jump to this side, and that one, and almost. Man, can we? No, I guess not. Oh well. We'll go there, and then we'll put a small pole in. See, that's what I use these small poles for is for hole fillers. I use the same thing with the walls outside. So we will still be using the small poles in some places. And then we just need a splitter to supply our iron. There we go. And now we should start seeing curved pipe and straight pipe. Yep, there's straight pipe, there's curved pipe. That ought to go along nicely. I think we'll be just fine with that. That should give us more than enough pipe, at least for the time being. So let's move on down the line here. And our next project is all the way down at the bottom. So we're going to come down here. I'm going to go over here. Oh, and I've been cleaning this up as this fills out. Been trying to get rid of this copper patch. And if you notice, see this big patch of lights right here? If we look at the map, like I was saying, I want to bring the railroad track down here. So I can do a 45 with the railroad. So if I get rid of this copper patch and I keep this here, I can bring this and I can go. So this is basically denoting where I can construct stuff, is right here. I want to kind of keep it on a line at a 45 so that I'm no more further down than that as we go up this side here, so that we're going to kind of have a lane here. And then when we get into here, we'll straighten out. Excuse me. And this is going to be where our rail stations will be to supply our raw materials into our system here. So that's what that light patch is for. Is just a marker for me so that I know don't go any further than this. And as soon as we get this cleared out, we will be in business for that. As you can see, we only have a little bit of coal left. This is really kind of wiping itself out pretty quickly down here. We will eventually get all this iron. I've got the iron going over into my regular processing now as well. So this will all go away pretty quickly. Oh, and on another note, speaking of which, having gone back and had a discussion with Julie Fisher, and thinking about it, like I was telling her in reply to one of my videos, old habits tend to die hard, and she got on me, rightfully so, because I was still putting regular inserters down here. So I went back and I put in burner inserters. It's just a habit of mine. I don't know why I do it. I've just always done it, that I've put in regular inserters rather than burner inserters. But she makes a good point, and it is a good point. I mean, I said it in the other video, and she called me out for saying it and then not doing it. So here it is. I went ahead and put in burner inserters in all of these, which should help with our power outages some. Now, admittedly, once we start going solar, once we go solar, we don't go back, right? Solar is going to help us a lot in that regard when we start getting our train lines run. But anyway, whilst we were nearby, I thought I'd mention that I did go ahead and finally get around to doing that, Julie, and I appreciate you calling me out on it, because I get distracted and I get stuck in my ways. So there we go. So anyway, where were we here? Okay, we are. Where's my next crate? Oh, there's my next crate. Right here. Oops, too far. All right, so the next few crates, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be, give me just a second here to find my list. Oops, get that out of our way. Where's my list? Where's my list? Where's my list? Sorry about that. Come on. Why are we not? Okay, there's that. Ah, here we go. Found it. Sorry about that. All right, so our next endeavor is we are going to start, because we need. Let's face it, we're running out of iron. Again, we're getting behind on iron. We got these pieces out here. We've said we are not going to expand these walls, and we're not. I'm going to stick to that. that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So the time has come to start thinking about railroads, and in order to do that, we're gonna need tracks. So our next project is that we're going to start making tracks, and we're going to do that right in this area. So what we got here is we've got a couple of assemblers. Let me get rid of that wooden one. And I don't. How did I end up with the extra iron? And I don't know. Are they steel in there? Who knows? Picked it up somewhere. Anyway, we got a couple of assemblers. We got a couple of inserters. We are going to start making track. And in order to make track, we need a couple of things. We need iron sticks, we need steel plates, and we need stone. So that's why I came over here, because this is our stone storage. I did not put a bypass into stone. We're coming straight out of the buffer with stone, unlike with the iron and the copper and the steel. We have a bypass and the buffer. We need so little stone right now anyway that we're just gonna come straight out of the buffer. I don't foresee us ever doing a bypass for stone, because ultimately this will go away and what have you. So we're going to pull a couple of things off of this stone. So I'm going to pull off of this first line, and I'm going to bring it down, and we are going to go this way with it. And I think I got it in the right place. We will see. So now what we're going to need is iron bars, and we're going to need steel for the rails. So this is where our bypass and our buffer marry back up. This is where it's going to be mostly balanced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off after this junction for my steel, simply so that I have both of them coming in. That way, if the buffer runs out of steel, I'm not screwed. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to, we're going to pick up the pieces. Sounds like the rest of my life. All right, so there we go. So that's going to go there, and that's going to go there. We're going to input to there. We're going to input to there, and I should have moved this over one more. That's okay. We'll do it anyway. And that's how I picked up the steel. So come over one, because that way we have power for the inserters. We're going to want here, here, and here, and here. So we'll go up here, and we are going to pull off of, if we look at this, you notice this first one is the one that's really kind of running. So we are going to ignore this first one, and we are going to pick off of our second run of iron plates. And then we're going to come down. We're going to go under our steel plates. Come on. And we're going to bring this back around to our factory here. This is going to give us our iron bars. We're going to set this up for rails. So we will have our steel, our iron bars, and our stone. Boom. There we go. Alright, so let's grab this stone and throw it in there, just because. And now we just need some place to put it, right? So we're going to come out of here. Oops, before we do that, put it in a box. There we go. Right? And that will fill up fairly quickly. Now we're going to want a fair amount of track. So I'm going to put a second chest down. That way it'll fill both of them up, and that should give us all the track we should need for some time to come. Alright, so there's that. Now, the next thing we're going to want is we are going to want landfill, because in order to run rails, we're going to have some places where we're going to have to put in some landfill and what have you, and it's convenient to have. So let's go over here. Let's set this sucker down one back from there. We're going to put 3 inserters in and 1 inserter out. The reason I'm doing 3 in and 1 out is because landfill takes like 20 stone to do it, and I don't want to sit here all day waiting for landfill if I don't have to, if I ever need it. Now obviously what's going to happen is it will fill up quick enough that can we balls. Alright, well, there we go. Once again, that's what the little ones are for, right? So there we go. So now we got landfill cooking. So what's our next project? Our next project is concrete and walls. So we're going to want to set up for walls. Now for walls and for concrete both, we need brick. So we're going to need a metric crap ton of brick. Well, we've got 2 more lines that we can pull out of here from, and we're going to make use of both of those lines to create our brick supply. So what we're going to do is we'll pull this one up and immediately turn, and then we're going to bring this one up and we will bring it to there for now. Oh, you know what, we're going to end up having to move that sucker. We'll figure that one out in a minute. We may have to put a larger pole there once we figure out where we need to bend. Okay, so now we're going to need electric furnaces and inserters and what have you. So let's go ahead and grab this chest, and what we're going to do is this: 1 up for an inserter, and then we're going to go inserter. Oh, come on. Inserter, belt, inserter, right? And we're going to drag these out as well. And then what we're going to do, where's my belts? There's my belts. We're going to run this down the center to collect We're going to run this down to supply, and we're going to run this down to supply. Oops. Not paying attention, Moreland. Alright, we're going to run this down to supply. Let's try it again. There we go. And then we're going to move this pole because we're going to have to. But that's okay. What we can do is we can just do that. There we go. Problem solved. It's not that hard. Alright, so now we're going to want inserters. Right? How many is that? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And I know that is a lot of ovens, but which means, you know, a lot of bricks. But it does take time for the bricks to cook. So it's fine because we're going to use a lot of bricks. We're going to be making a lot of concrete. As time goes on, we're going to be putting in roads and the like. So we're going to make a lot of concrete. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and power this puppy up. So where can we... Oh, we're off by one. Looks like we're going to have to... Yeah, we'll have to do it this way. Every other one. Yep. There we go. There's that. And then we'll go here, 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 and here. And one last row. There we go. All right, so that gets us our brick going, right? I think that's going to be enough. I think 20 ought to be enough to get us going. Obviously, once it catches up, I mean, right now we're stressing the system. We may end up having to put a bypass in here. Well, you know what? No, we won't. Because I'll tell you one of the things we did not do. I went through and replaced a whole bunch of inserters, but obviously the ones I did not replace are these ones. I replaced them on all the other buffers. I think I looked at the stone and went, you know what? We don't need it right now. So let's fix that. I think I said this in my last series. It's kind of a shame that we can't, I mean, not that I have robots right now, but it's kind of a shame that we can't tell the robots, hey, replace all of the yellow inserters with what have you. Oh, I didn't, no, you know what? It was the belts that I replaced. I haven't gone back and replaced the inserters yet because we just started building them. So I haven't built up enough of a surplus of them yet, I don't think. Well, I probably have now. Yeah, definitely. But that's right. I don't know where my mind is. I was thinking to myself that I had replaced. Oh, I know why. Because I replaced the burner inserters, and therefore my brain said, "Okay, you replaced inserters." My bad. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so we've replaced the inserters, but I'm thinking the wrong inserters. I'm losing my mind here, guys. So anyway, where's her stone? Come on, there it is. So now we got enough of these puppies. Let's go ahead and at least finish replacing the stone since we started. The rest of them I will definitely replace off camera when we are done this episode. Before we start a new episode, these will all be replaced. There we go. Now we should have some better stone supply. And again, like I say, this will eventually catch up anyway, and we'll be all right. So now we got our stone now. So now our next project is to do something with it. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make walls. so let's get set up to make walls, shall we? So there we go. That's what we need for our walls. And what I'm going to do is this. We're going to put these down. I'm going to give it a space just because. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5 for now. And then we're going to run the brick down. It's already running down the center, so we'll run the brick down here. Now I'm not going to put 2 sets or 2 rows of assemblers to build walls. I don't think we need that many. I think we just need to be able to build them in bulk and have them stored in bulk, but we don't need a super huge production of them. I really don't think, because we're only going to be using them as we expand different little, I wouldn't call it cities, but different little camps, maybe, I guess would be a good word for it. So there's that, and then we're going to want to have something to put them in. So let's see how many we want. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 8. I have a thing for even numbers. Let's go 8. And we're going to put down chests. And then we are going to finish up the belt. Now, I don't have to do this, but why not? Let's do this. I don't know if that's going to help us any or not, but, you know, why not? All right, walls. Not quite. There we go. So now we want electricity. We want power. 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 And power. Might as well stretch this out, right? Boom. Boom. We may have shot ourselves in the foot. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. We can fix that. You know what? It looks like we really don't need to come in from that side. I was just thinking about what it's going to take to get, how fast we can get these off the belt. So we don't even really need that side. So we didn't really shoot ourselves in the foot because we can do it right here. Right? There. Pick that one up though and put it there. Alright, so there we go. So now we got our bricks coming in, and we're building walls, and these will fill up and we'll be happy. Now, that's taking a fair amount of our bricks away, but it's not taking all of them away. That's why I had so many of these furnaces. Now, admittedly, these ones on the end are getting lagged because of you know, throughput. But that's where this is going to come in, because our next project is concrete. Now, for concrete, we need a couple of things. We need water, we need iron ore, and we need stone bricks. Well, we got our bricks. This is where our iron ore is going to be coming into our system at. This is where it's going to be delivered. So we should not have a problem with an iron ore supply if we take it from here. So let's do this. Let's go down here and let's grab all our pieces, parts. We're going to go over here and we're going to snatch off of here. And we're going to go right here. And then we're going to go right here. Right? Yeah, there we go. And then that's going to go there, that's going to go there, that's going to go there. So that's going to bring us our iron ore over. Okay? Now we need water. Now we got water up here. So let's see, do we have what we need to build a pump? Do I have a pump made? Where are the pumps? There are the pumps. What do I need? I need some copper. Alright, well, let's grab a couple of pieces of copper. We'll make a pump. There we go. Let's make ourselves a pump. Pump. Oh, nah, one should be more than enough for that, right? So let's go over here. Let's get ourselves some water coming over. Where is our pump? Pump, 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 pump. Alright. And we don't want to go to, you know what? Yeah. We'll go here. We'll get rid of this. Go away. Elbow. Elbow. A little lower. Let's try that. That's still gonna... Yeah, screw it. Good enough. Straight pipe. Oh, wait a minute. Is that too far? Or not far enough? Yeah, right there. Alright. So, now we need to go underneath. Just makes it. I think it just makes it too. Huh, yep, there we go. It just makes it. Which, you know, just make it is just make it. What's that? Fake it till you make it, right? Alright, so there we go. How far can we go down with this one? Oh, of course not. Now, do we want to go? Yeah. We'll go here. We'll go here. And then we'll go here. Oops. Let's go right to there for now. Because we may be moving that a little bit. We'll see. Alright. So, now we need to bring our iron down and over. Now I'm going to leave a space past my pipe and go to there. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're going to go, let's see, inserters. Right. I think this is the way I wanted it set up. No, it wasn't. I'm close, but no cookie. Alright, hang on. With concrete, you need 1 iron ore and a crap ton of bricks. So, let's run our bricks over here. And then give ourselves 1 space. Right, there we go. So, did we hook up our... Okay, there's our bricks. What little of them are coming this way? Right? Yep, there we go. Alright, sweet. And then we're going to want one for the iron ore. And we're going to want one for the bricks. And I'm not putting it in the center because we need water. And the water hookup is in the center. So there we go. So there's that. Then we're going to go here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. See, that's what I was saying. I wasn't sure how far we were going to have to go with that. And I'm not going to waste a bunch of underground pipes just for that little short span. Now, we want concrete. So, shift left, shift right, shift left. Alright, so now we got our concrete. It's going in, the water's going in the right direction. The only thing we need is more bricks, it looks like. Well, you know what we might do? And it's a stone issue. It's not a brick issue, it's a stone issue. We are going to end up having to put in a bypass for the stone. It looks like, maybe anyway. But we'll let this just cook for now. We're not going to get too worried about it. Alright, let's put in our power. And of course, nope, we're going to have to put it in on this side. But then we're going to have to put in poles. We'll make it work. That's life, right? We'll make it work. And go back up here. Will it reach? Yes, it'll reach. See, we still got uses for the small poles. They're still useful. Alright, and we need just one small pole down there for that one. Alright, now, we need to come out of those. So, there we go. One space. And once again, inserters. We'll probably have to bring another supplemental stone line or two up here at some point. We'll get it going. So let's see. So there's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 3, 6, 8. Yep, that'll give us 8. So then we want these to go into storage. But we also probably want, I'm thinking, I think we want some yellow too, don't we? We probably want some yellow too. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, well, let's set up chests like we had down there. How many we probably got too many wall chests down here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Huh, that's funny. These 3 have it, these 4 have it, this one hasn't gotten one. That's funny. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, like I say, we're going to want an ass ton of concrete as well. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's in the way there? Oh, that pole. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this time around, we are going to wrap it around it. We are going to wrap it. Because this, how does that have a, oh, it has a brick on it because it's supposed to have a brick on it. Alright, there we go. Boom. So then, right? Right. So that's going to give us plenty of concrete, I would say. That will give us more concrete than we really know what to do with, which is not a bad thing. I'm okay with that. Nah, we'll leave that small pole there, I guess. Don't really need a big one there. Need a big one here, though. Or a medium one, rather. Right? Yeah. And then we'll put a small one there just to get that to stop blinking. Alright, so that's going to give us our concrete. Now we're going to want yellow concrete. So eventually these will fill up, and then we'll be able to have concrete out of those. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and put this right here, and right here, and we will put an inserter into this one and an inserter into this one, and that will go into a chest there, and that will go into a chest there, and that should give us more yellow concrete, safety concrete, than we know what to do with. And then let's see, yes, there we go. See, alright, so that should give us, oops, and we need to tell it safety concrete, right? So that should give us yellow safety concrete. That should give us concrete. That will give us walls. That's going to bug me. Let me grab a wall. There. I don't know. That one sticking out like that just was bugging me. I don't know why. All right. Now the only thing that's not getting us, we're not collecting bricks. We may go back later and put a couple of chests in here once everything backs up to start collecting bricks, because we are going to want bricks for decoration along the edges of our roads. But there's what we got going right now. Looks like the only ones that really aren't getting anything right now are these last two. These ones are kind of sporadic, so that's going through pretty decently. What are we sucking up? Oh, I know why. We're going to be sucking up a lot of iron right now because we are making tracks. Looks like our tracks are coming along very nicely, and we are making a few other things in other places. So that, I do believe, has got us going pretty darn well. Let's see. Yep, there's our pipes are going. That's our curved pipes. We're already filled up on those. We're almost filled up on those. So we're cooking right along there. We are filled up on those and filled up on those. So we are cooking right along there. And what is this? Oh, that's the plastic for the red circuits. I set up a chest for red circuits to put the plastic that we did have in, and it's been throwing it in there. And it looks like we're doing really nicely on repair kits too. So once we get everything set up and we start in with our robots and things like that, we will be able to just send them out and have them do their repair business. As I'm sure you guys can kind of tell, basically what I'm doing is I'm working towards getting all of the core items that we need, so that once we have all of that working, we start expanding out, we don't have to worry about trying to come up with those items anymore. They'll be made, even if it's on a limited basis, so that we have them available, and we don't have to fart around with making the stuff just to be able to get by. We'll be able to get by, and then from there we're going to be able to grow. Definitely looks like our iron is petering out. So yeah, we're going to have to go after iron soon. What that means is we're going to have to ramp our laser production up. We're going to have to ramp up production on solar cells and on accumulators. Track, we got it going. Walls, we got it going. We'll need some gates, but we're not going to worry about the gates right away. So the big things now are going to be substations, accumulators, and solar panels. That's going to be our next push, because we need those for our railroads, so that we can start going out and fixing our iron supply problem. So that's where that stands. So I hope you got something out of this. I know I pre-planned a lot of this, but it allowed us to bang out a lot of these little tiny items that we really needed to take care of. One of the things we'll probably automate somewhere in here is at some point is lights, because we're going to want lights too. We're going to want to be able to see, so we might as well start making lights automatically rather than by hand. And I'll probably do that off camera. There's, it's pretty basic. You set down an assembler, you supply it with some stuff. We'll squeeze it in here somewhere, guys. So there's that. Hope you found it interesting. Again, right now we're really just kind of doing scut work. We're just building our basic infrastructure. Once we've got that in place, we can go out and really kind of start exploring the world. So for the next episode, we're going to be looking at solar panels, we're going to be looking at accumulators, we're going to be looking at substations. The other option is to start building our science back up again, and we'll start manufacturing blue science. But for blue science, we're going to need to set up an engine factory. We're going to need to set up a mining drill factory. We're going to need to get our plastic production up. We're going to need that for lasers anyway, and accumulators, because we're going to have the batteries and this and that and the other. So we'll probably do plastics and batteries, and then we'll go from there. So I think at this point we'll work on fluid next, because that needs to be where our next push is. So, all right, guys, I will see you next episode. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment, and tell me what you think, and we will go from there. All right, talk to you later. Bye.